Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Carlos? Um, See that you're here and stuff. So I'm gonna bring this up real quick. Um, as we wait for other people to show up. All right. So as we get down to this, what's up? What's up? What's up to everybody out here? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Let me greet everybody real quick. Gordon Harlugu Dog, Ola Oitzebang, Vasas Los, Bonjour mes amis, Kedam Kwawani Konnichiwa, Niha Nihaman, Sani Bonani, Jumbo Habarigani, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom, Kamusta Ka, Kamusta Porkayo, Talafa Lava Soy Fua. Alright, so this is going to be a very interesting one, and y'all might want to get a pen and pencil for this one, because we are going to talk about some stuff, right? Now, as y'all pop in here, all right. Oh, that's the wrong thing. As y'all pop in here, if you have some brothers that you think might need the information I'm gonna put out now, because what I'm about to do is hit this from every angle. All right, and primarily, this is going to go back to the source of how I look at everything. Okay, and so when I say this is going to go back to the source of how I look at everything, I want y'all to understand that this is going to go back to the source. And for those of you that don't know, let me explain something to you. All right. That everything that I look at, all right, all the stuff that I look at, I kind of look at in the setup of the commandments. All right. I look at everything in the setup of the commandments. That's kind of how I live my life. I will make a decision. I make decisions. I literally make decisions on whether or not I'm about to break a commandment. Having said that, me making decisions that way has helped me to avoid a lot of hurt and harm that could have came my way. It helps me to avoid being used. The commandments literally help keep a person from being used. All right. And so in order to understand that, I want to explain to you pretty much how that works, how the commandments help keep you from being used. All right. Oh, I spelled that all wrong. So basically, there's a lot of stuff that I ain't going to say never fell for, but there are a lot of things that I stopped doing for the BAW. I mean, straight up just stopped doing stuff for the BAW. I looked and started to understand that I must completely and utterly leave them alone. All right. And so when I say leave them alone, I mean utterly leave them alone. Now, part of the problem is they're not the only ones that you need to leave alone. All right. They are not the only ones that you need to leave alone. Some of the times you need to leave alone their minions or figure out who their minions are. And I think a lot of us get set up for a fall or into traps because we do not understand who these minions are that belong to our very adversary. All right. And when I say adversary, I am being serious. We have an adversary in the BW. All right. Now, the reason why the relationship is adversarial, understand this. The reason why the relationship is adversarial is that the BW are not in the spot that they're supposed to be spiritually, emotionally, and physically as women. And because they pulled themselves out of that position intentionally, okay, understand this. Because they pulled themselves out of that position intentionally and taught this to their daughters and taught and trained their sons, so that now when you look at the dynamics of the Afro man BW relationship, there is no relationship between us. Afro man, there is no relationship between us. All right. And so this is why I say, this is why now, if you doing pump and dump because you can't leave, that's one thing. All right. But what we do know is this, that you can't build. You can't build when the laws allow the person that wants a contract from you. So the BW pretty much wants a contract from you. Marriage license is a contract whereby she is rewarded when she breaks. I didn't say if she breaks it. In this day and age, it's when she breaks it. Since 1969, under Reagan in California, he's the one that signed into law the no-fault divorce. 1969, Governor Reagan, when he was the governor of California. All right. He signed into law the no-fault divorce. All right. And then in this, feminists fought to give sole custody first to the female. And then when they said, well, we usually give it to the parent best able to take care of the child financially, that's when they came up with the child support. So all this stuff came as a result of the feminist movement that was designed to destroy men. All right. Now, if you pay attention to what's going on, now you got almost half of the country. Understand this. If you want to know how the stuff that happened in Germany from 1939 to 1944, how could that possibly happen? Just take a look at the United States citizenry and look at a group of individuals that wishes sickness on people because they didn't comply to do something that they did research and understand that don't work, because it don't work, because if it did work, you would just have to do two and done, right? But the people that didn't want to do the research, that just want everybody to comply, would be the same people that would allow, or let's not even say allow, that would help the government do what. And when you look at a lot of these things that these people are promoting, that's in the government, it's the same as what it was between 1939 and 1944. You could see the mission creep, as they say. You could see things creep up and you could see where it's going. So what does that have to do with this? Has everything to do with it. Because the Afro man in the so-called black community is not the driving force as to how the community get down. As a matter of fact, by proxy, the so-called black community is being run by the Caucasian male in government positions, because these men pull the strings of the BW and all of those Afro politicians, those black politicians that don't speak for us, that don't do anything for us, they speak for them. So why did I pick this very title out when most dudes are going to see it and they say, oh, we're going to talk about relationship, because they don't understand the symbiotic thing that goes on to relationship, and they don't understand the punishment that happens. Understand this. They do not understand the punishment that happens when the relationship is out of nature or out of order. All right. So this is what I want you to understand. A lot of people don't understand what's going on with this whole country because they don't understand that this country is out of moral order and it's out of spiritual order. Remember the video I did about Megan Good and this and the blue dress at the BET Awards? How many of you remember the video I did on this? Um, there's not too many of you in here right now. All right. I usually have more people in. So y'all let me know, is everything okay? Can you hear? Can you hear me okay? Um, is everything cool? Because I'm seeing I have 13 people up. Okay. But there's only two of y'all, three of y'all in here. All right. So at this point, let's see. So Carlos Zimalu. Okay. Titan TV. What's up? All right. What's up, Captain Marvel? All right. Oh, Brother Dwight is on his way to Germany. Um, so he's doing that. And I will probably get back at him when he comes back. So when he comes back, I'll probably pick him up from the airport and take him to his crib. Because I think we get back around the same time. All right, what's up, Alvin? All right, so let's break some stuff down. All right, and let's break some stuff. And one of the things I want to break down to you is this. We got to stop having wifey relationships with women who are not wife material because they look good in a dress. A lot of these dudes are having a relationship more so out of lust. Understand this. More so out of lust than purpose. And the reason why that is that we as a people forgot what the purpose was supposed to be for relationships. Let me repeat that again. We as a people, Afro people, forgot what the purpose of a relationship was supposed to be as a people, right? And if we can remember that, that's why I put the title in the form of a question. That's why I put the title in the form of a question. When I put this video out at first, church members in his church had a problem with the way she dressed. And he went out and after the church members in defense of his wife not dressing in accordance with his teachings that he was teaching his church members. Okay, understand this. There was another issue. She's an actor. All right, she's an actress, and so as such, felt like that, well, that's her job, so she should be able to do anything she wanted to because, she's an actress. But then what ends up happening is she does what Hollywood do. right? And what Hollywood does is they break up relationships. But then what's happening is they are breaking up relationships that shouldn't have been started in the first place. Let me say this again. They are breaking up relationships that should not have been started in the first place. All right. So let me play something for you real quick. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right number. So I want y'all to understand something. Because after I put this together, 3377. All right, after I put this together, somebody sent this to me. I don't know who right now for the moment. All right, but somebody sent this to me. Pay attention.
D. Franklin's divorce of Megan Good, as the beta he was through all the warnings interviews. Thank you. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Why? I was talking to somebody earlier today, and the whole premise is like, why are people so mad? Why are people so concerned? Why does people even care? Why do black men care? Because it affects our ethnic image. Megan Good and Devin Franklin, Sierra and Russell Wilson, Alicia Curry and Steph Curry. Because whether we like it or not, in this country,
we're going to get into Steph Curry and Aisha Curry, right? But listen to what he's about to say.
Ethnic image is linked, and every time you can see a successful, powerful, you can see a black man who's an NFL MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he married to a baby mama who got baby by Pookie and Ray Ray. That's the narrative.
That would be Russell Wilson and Sierra. All right, and remember, Russell Wilson had been brought up to believe that Sierra was out of his league. Why? She was run through by all of Georgia. She had a baby by a dude that had a bunch of babies. He was a thug. How was she out of his league? Oh, because the way she looked and danced. And because she was in the streets like that.
And you get another man who's going to go down in the Hall of Fame as one of the best pure shooters ever, and his wife that he married wants attention from another man. It seems to black men that no matter where they go, our ethnic image is always being challenged by our fucking women. You are a pastor's wife, and you doing a show where you got some dude's legs up in the air and you're going to lick his booty hole. And what you hear more often than not is, well, that's his wife and she's an actress and this and that. Yeah, until I start seeing Tom Brady.
Hold on. And you only hear that from the females.
And Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos' wife doing this kind of stuff. Black.
All right, here's the point. You're not going to hear about Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and any of their wives doing that stuff. You're not going to hear that. That's just simply not going to happen. Because even when they divorce him, and we're going to clearly know it's for the money. All right. Even when they get a divorce, I want y'all to understand something. Throughout it, those women weren't all on social media doing all kind of crazy stuff. All right, and let's be fair. If they spread something, it was through some magazine that real reporters. You have to get real reporters. Understand this. You got to get reporters to do research to get in their business, to get in the business of the BW and her husband. Just sit around, watch Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. All right. Just sit around and watch that stuff. That's all you got to do. You watch that stuff, you ahead of the game. So now I want you to understand, other than Aisha Curry and Megan Good, all of the melanated people that you see in here will be from another country. And I'm letting you know that, right? But when we were doing, when we did this, right? When I did this first video right here, everybody was up in arms because they was like, she could do what she want to do. But she kept dressing like, I keep telling y'all that women wear the uniform of who they are and the type of man they want to get. And she did not want to be no pastor's wife. She got with him because he's a high value man. By high value, meaning somebody, a man with more resources to manipulate and use. The reason why BWs are all going for that 1% high value man is because they're looking for somebody to use. Yes, especially the high value man. He has more resources to exploit. See, some of y'all don't get it. That's why they want a high value man. They want the resources to exploit. All right. This is why we got to change how we see things. We are told not to like this. It don't have enough melanin. And instead of liking that, we have to stick with, the deeply melanated. Okay, no problem. Hop on down to Mexico. Hop on down to Colombia, if this is your taste. Now, y'all clearly understand that it is mine. Y'all saw the girlfriend I had from Colombia. All right, she might have had me by a shade too darker. All right, so I think it's lovely. But if you want girls who are being raised to appreciate good men, at least not to see the men as competition, then you must leave the country. Even if you get a passport, leave for a little bit just to find somebody or just to experience these women, either in Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, somewhere close. You don't have to go to Thailand. You don't have to go to Africa. And the problem with Africa is a lot of them are bowing down to the European way of doing things. And the relationship between us and those women is adversarial also. Now, I would say this. It is easier for brothers to get along with other brothers when we travel. So I'm going to say that. It is easier for brothers to get along with other brothers. Our problem is that the BAW and BW in general, if we're going from United States to Western countries in Africa, and because African women are heavily influenced by Western countries more so than their own culture, then we got to look at that relationship as adversarial as well. All right. And so this is what we're looking at. And this is exactly what I mean. Aisha Curry is in a indirect soft type adversarial relationship with Steph Curry. Well, why are they adversaries? Because they're competing. What are they competing about? Attention. In other words, she wants the attention that Steph Curry automatically gets as a man that has a skill. Understand this. Her skills should have been being a good wife. But not only is she in competition with him for attention, I want y'all to understand this. Not only is she in competition with him for attention, she is also in an adversarial relationship with him because she seeks control. She seeks control. Over what? Over Steph Curry. Competition and control. Right. It's not between her and her husband. Because where's she wearing this stuff? Hold up. What is her conduct in public? She went on TV and licked the wrong end of a man for a TV show. No, that stuff is out there. So now everybody eyeing her husband. Yeah, he divorced her behind. He needed to file for divorce. Because she made him look bad. Wait a minute. So, what I want to do is real quick. Let's go to, see, I knew somebody was going to say that some female said, well, it's their business. Oh, no. Mm-mm. It is not their business. Deuteronomy 24. It is not their business. All right, so let's look at it like this. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you this whole thing because this is a thing that really, I'm going to show it to you and then I'll share. Well, let me share which all that matters, right? All right, this is what matters. All right. All right. So now let's go back and look at. All right. Yeah, she wants to be. Oh, but that goes in line with your desires should be for the husband's position, but he does rule over you. Remember that in Genesis, the 16th, 3 and 16. That word, your desire is for your husband. It should read, the desire should be for the position of the man. Because the word that they translated in a husband should have been translated into man. And I'm going to show you how this mistranslation goes again. All right. Oh, we're going to get to that, right? Now, and I'm going to show you the problem. And we got to, she is out of order, but all these women are. They're not wives. The BW is not wives to us. They are competition. Okay? So when a woman embarrasses you like that, you're supposed to give her a certificate of divorce and get her out your damn house. But see, you got to own your house. But in this country, and here's the problem. In this country, now I'm going to show you something, but I'm going to show it to you two ways. All right. So when you're looking in here, when a man takes a wife and marry her, then it shall be that if if she finds no favor in his eyes because he has found a matter of uncoveredness in her, and he shall write her a certificate of divorce and put it in her hand and send her out of his house. So he divorces her. Everything in the house stays in the house. The children stays in the house. The furniture and everything stays in the house. Why? Because she can go to another man. All right, but we're going to cover that commandment, right? Now, you see the footnote that somebody wrote? Footnote, proof that she is not a mating. That ain't what uncoveredness means in this context. Indicating that she had previously been fornicating. That isn't what it says. And fornication is not in the Bible, in the laws and the commandments. That's a New Testament thing. And that was put in recently. And all of this stuff is a mistranslation. So let's look at this word of uncoveredness, right? So we are going to go to this. All right. And so they translated the word into uncleanness. Uncleanness, uncoveredness, right? Well, uncleanness and uncoveredness, but this is the Hebrew word. Meaning from nudity, literally, or figuratively, naked by bringing shame to the husband. The reason for divorce, when you write this divorce decree and put it in the hand of your wife and make her an ex, is when she brings shame to the house. And that's why you send her out of the house. All right. Now, let's look at this. Let me do this like this. Now, and when she is departed out of the house, she may go to be another man's wife. And that's why you give a divorce decree. Because even a woman that's bad to one man, even a woman that's bad to one man can go and marry another man, be the wife of another man. But I want y'all to understand something. If she, as y'all read later, hold on, let's go down. So anytime a woman brings dishonor to the husband, all right, anytime the wife brings dishonor to the husband or the house, the man can give her a divorce. All right. Remember, a divorce is not for infidelity. A divorce is not for fornication. A divorce is not for adultery. Let me say this again. A divorce is not because, and never have been because of adultery. Hey, what's up, Alvin Mitchell? Real quick, before I go into it, I'm going to give you the answer. See, because we don't really read for understanding. We read just to be reading to say we read it. Why isn't adultery ground, or why wasn't back then, why wasn't adultery the grounds for divorce? Okay, now it's a two-part question. Under the commandments of the Most High, why wasn't adultery the grounds? And so if we was living under the same laws now, why isn't adultery a grounds for divorce? Understand that. And if there's no such thing as fornication, then what is adultery? What did the scripture, what did they call adultery? How was adultery defined? Okay. Uh-oh. So Zimmaloo, he got the first one. All right. So what is adultery? Okay, Zimmaloo. All right, a Zimmaloo. All right, you have my email address. Send me your address. All right, send me your address, and I'm going to send you a hat from Brazil when I get back. All right, so send me your address, and I'm going to send you a hat from Brazil when I get back. Send it to my email. All right. So there is the answer to the question. Well, how do we know that? All right. So let's break this down real quick. All right. Two things. if we read here, well, we'll make it regular. If the latter husband shall hate her and write her a certificate of the divorce and put it in her hand and send her out of his house, or when a latter husband dies who took her as a wife. Now understand this. We're going to go from what happens if she becomes another man's wife. All right, so we can understand a couple of things from this, and then it'll get back into why these women are not suitable as wives. All right. So here we go. So when the woman gets the letter, all right, she goes to another man and he don't want her, and he writes her another letter of divorce. Why did the woman need a letter of divorce? She needs it so that people know that she and the dude isn't together, because they didn't have a courthouse records or anything like that. So the man just like, oh no, we done. And here's a letter so that you can be the wife of another man. That's why she didn't take children. The children stayed with the husband along with all of it, because that's his seed. The children are his seed. They're not the woman's seed. And the Caucasian man running the government understands that. All right. If the other husband give her a divorce, or he dies, right, then her former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her back to be his wife after she has been with another man, because she has been defiled for him. She'll have to go to a different man. So these women can't be like, ooh, the grass was greener on the other side. The grass was greener, okay, with my first husband. Hey, and in these, keep reminding me, because I won't get back until the middle of January. All right. But don't worry. I know I'm bringing a lot of stuff. I know I'm supposed to mail a bunch of stuff. But y'all need, the people I'm mailing stuff to, be in my head that, yeah, it's me. All right. All right. So those are the facts, right? All right. Those are the facts. So she can't go back to another man. Now, all right. So this is what we were talking about. Y'all see that? Outlined it in blue. All right. So this is what adultery is. Okay. This is what adultery is. When a man, let me take the thing off of it so that y'all can see it clearer. A man who commits adultery with the wife of another man, who commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, The adulterer and the adulteress shall certainly be put to death. So the grounds for divorce, Aisha should be divorced. And yeah, Megan Good should have been divorced. He should have got, but in our society, these women have that kind of clout and they could take half the stuff on their way out and the children. Which scripturally, those are, so this is why I said our system in America, in the West, is really effed up. So we're going to have to look to the east or look down south. All right, we're going to have to look to the east or look down south. '22 and '21. I want y'all to understand something else too. All right. All right. This is something else we get mixed up. All right. And this starts at 22. All right. So if any man takes a wife and he shall go to her and shall hate her. Now they use the word hate her. That means really despise or whatever. It doesn't mean like you want to take their life, right? And shall make abusive charges against her, bring evil name on her. I took this woman, and when I came to her, I did not find her a maiden. In other words, she wasn't a virgin, right? The father would have to bring proof, right? If the dude is lying, they get him. All right, so they punish him by being a bad name, bringing a bad name onto the woman. All right, Deuteronomy 22 and 18. The city of El should take the man and punish him. And then they fine him 100 pieces of silver and give them to the father of the young woman because he has brought evil, an evil name on the maiden of Israel. Right? But what happens if the matter is true and she was not found a maiden, right? Now, understand what they do. They shall bring out the girl to the door of her father's house, and the men in her city shall stone her to death with stones because she has done wickedness in Israel, to whore in her father's house. Thus you shall purge the evil from your midst. All right, I want y'all to understand a couple of things. The offense that this woman committed, understand this. The offense that this woman committed, I want y'all to understand. Yep. The offense that she committed was not being a 304. The offense she committed was being a 304 in her father's house, making him think that she was a maiden. The reason why they stoned her because she lied, hid the lie, and she was bringing evil to her father's house. You know, like some of these girls do. Father leave out, and then they have Pookie and them come up to the bedroom, and then they go get married and stuff like that. The dude's like, yeah, I made sure there was no man up in the house, and everybody in the all the thugs and stuff from the Crips and Blood be sitting in the back row snickering because they all ran through her all while you was at work. All right. But hold on. There's some more understanding we need to get. Remember, in all our getting, get an understanding. Right? Let's see where we at. 2829. In all our getting, get an understanding. See, and so I'm showing you what's happening to us in real life, in real time, based on the commandments, right? And the reason why I say, all right, so when every video,
with the wrong, you do not know.
watch this. No, in all my videos, this is my point of reference. The commandments is my point of reference. All right, that's how I see things. I don't see them like, oh, like angels flying about and stuff like that. I see them as literal logic, natural laws that is the Most High protecting us from this kind of mess. Listen to this dude.
You've picked wrong until you're in the fucking relationship.
No, I'm gonna tell you this. This is where we part ways. A lot of times, this is the problem for me, and this is why I'm gonna be real. If you want to join me, join me. A lot of times, what it is in college, especially particularly in college, it's not the simple fact that you're talking about coming out to this person. The person that you meet, you in lust with. You don't know anything about the person. You meet the person, oh my God, look at him. He's so fine, he's so cute, he's so this, he's so that. And we do the same thing. Damn, look at her breasts. Look at what she got on, the whole nine. But we don't know that person. We don't know she was a chemistry major. We don't know that, oh, she's trying to be a reporter. If you just take the time to get to know someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, we often just jump into sex because of the lust. But if you got the time to know the person, I'm quite sure you could fucking figure out if this is the right person. Like, if the person believe in marriage, if the person believe in long-term relationships, if the person is there for sports and they don't really have enough time for nothing but sports and fucking, you will know that. It's just that you don't take the time to know that because women want instant gratification. I like him and be my boyfriend.
And there it is. There it is. Instant gratification. I like him, so that's supposed to be my man. And they like the way he look. Period. That's it. They like the way he look. And that's the issue right there. And so while they're getting worn out and run through, all right, while they are getting worn out and run through, because instead of spending time trying to build something, he got most of his time in the gym. The prisoners have nothing better to do but to sit around and work out. Hey, thanks, Texas Marine. And thanks to you for all y'all keeping this thing kind of clean. All right? But I want y'all to understand something. I want y'all to understand something. That these females never really meant us any good. They really never meant us any good. All right, now check this one out. This is who we're dealing with. All right, this is how much disrespect they have for us.
Your baby needs to sleep.
Look, I'm just bring these. I'm gonna go and bring these over here. Now you gonna put them on the tree. I know you.
That's all
probably
you got
them. I got a these. I got some in the trunk, but that's all I got.
100 split something with my other kids.
Look, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
I'ma have to. They didn't get them nothing.
Look, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm doing for mine. All the,
so you ain't bring nothing for them?
Hell no. All the 7 other kids you got ain't none. One of them mine. All the other ones, they got nothing to do with me.
Don't be like that. It's Christmas
like that.
time. They didn't get them nothing.
I don't give a damn if it was Halloween. I don't care if Christmas, Halloween, Valentine. Look, I brought my child hers.
Well, I'm gonna have to share it with them. They're gonna have to spread it out.
No, you ain't. Oh, you ain't gotta do nothing. What you need to do, you need to call them niggas and tell they need to go get them kids some stuff.
What? They ain't answering the phone. They ain't getting that for Christmas. They ain't getting that last year or the year for late.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. My child gonna enjoy her. She gonna enjoy all her. You ain't sharing nothing over him.
You know you wrong.
I ain't how
you
wrong?
know my kids ain't getting nothing.
Look, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not they dead.
The kindness of your heart, you still could have got them something.
Look, I ain't that damn kind. My heart ain't that damn kind. I'm just saying, my kid, I did what.
Now, here's the thing. The women that did the most to make the good man an adversary still expects the adversary, that even though she created that adversarial relationship, still expects that man to either do something, or the rest of the men don't want to do nothing with her because she made an adversary of them. She's in direct competition. And then she expects the man to be in a position to want to be used by her. And see, he isn't playing that. And then she tried to make him feel bad for mess she made.
So how I get caught up with the wrong man? I don't understand how I keep getting caught up with the wrong man.
So you gonna say I'm the wrong because I bought my kids something they ain't by they or nothing.
See, she said, how did I get caught up with the wrong man? And by wrong, she meant the man. I picked the man that wasn't going to fall for my BS, but still take care of his children. That's the wrong man. The right man is the man that I can control. That's what these women think.
Well, you at least could have got my kids something, even though you brought your child something. I appreciate
that. So you say I'm wrong because I brought my child something, they bring all of them there.
I wouldn't be like that. I buy for all your children.
But you know what? You go buy for the rest of them then. What's wrong with that?
You know what?
Ain't no folks signing folks up. Ain't they signing people to get free?
Hold on. Listen to this. She said if that was her, she would buy for all his children. But then what did she say next? She ain't got no money.
I went at the last minute.
But look, you gotta do something. You gotta do something.
Then you want me to get along.
Get along from who?
Me, you. I'm gonna treat you along.
Man, bro, look, it's your fault. You should lay with them dudes, man. You screw up gold with me, but the rest, you got number dirt out of the rest of them.
Yeah, they played me. They played me just like you did.
Don't try to bring that up.
They played me. The same stuff they did. Don't act like you better than that. You did the same stuff.
You know what? You right. Matter of fact,
now he ain't no good.
Take this stuff back to the house. When she come over there.
What you mean gonna take it back to the house?
I ain't got time. You ain't not for to separate none of these prayers.
Okay, now you see how she walked that situation from bad to worse? He brought them gifts over there, and he's like, okay. And now, after that, after you're going to come at him like that, right? I have completely left women I cared about. Women I tried to marry. I had left them completely alone by taking this route. All right? Because in the United States, what these women do, especially the BW, is they try to think of what can I say that will hurt him the most, because I'm just really wicked like that. I just want to crush him. I want to crush his soul, while at the same time thinking that he owes me I can't figure out why he owes me. Hey, what's up, 180 on the rise? All right.
And try to scare them out, all them kids in the
So
world.
what you supposed to open for Christmas then if you take it?
She come to my house and open them up.
No, we
This
always
right
do
here,
Christmas
what you got
together.
going
No,
on.
we ain't
This
doing
right here,
that.
what you got going
What you
on.
can do, you can bring the rest of the gifts in the house and then we
Look,
can just
like I
open them
said,
up all together for
No,
Christmas.
hell, they ain't. Them kids are not
And you can
playing.
come over here and open up
These
too.
kids are not playing with my child's stuff.
You
And
know
that's
what? This
it.
don't make no. This is ridiculous.
That's it. I don't
here.
care. You can say what you want to say. You call what you want to call. But at the end of the damn day, I did what I supposed to do. I went and got my kids. My daughter, her stuff. All the other nappy kids and nothing.
Wait, don't talk about my kids like that. Don't talk about my
Them
kids.
kids bad. And, you know I don't like them in the damn way. Last time I was over, they smoked my blunt.
No,
Last
that was a
time
little boy
your
next
two
door that was
sons-
over here spending the
your
night.
two sons smoked my
No,
blunt.
there was a little boy next door that was
They
spending the
ain't-
night
no,
too. They
your
weren't
sons
doing
smoked my
that.
blunt. That's all I'm saying. So
Hold
I-
it. Now,
You ain't got
understand,
proof?
she just told on her sons. That was that little boy over there that smoking it too. Now, look at her choices in men. Thug thizzle for shizzle my nizzle. All these thugs, right? All right. So how did they get the blunt? Because he had it in the house. You see what I mean?
You ain't got proof going around what the other kids said, but ain't no
Look.
proof though.
Look, like I said, I'm gonna take this stuff back. And
So what
Ain't
you
no
doing
proof.
for these?
I came with
Hold on. She said ain't no proof. That's because they smoked up the proof. Oh my goodness. You ain't got no proof because they smoked it up. Oh my goodness.
I didn't know you gonna be on that. Won't want to get mad at me because they ain't do their job. You fussing at them?
I'm not mad
Is you
at
fussing
you.
at
I
them?
just said, can you help?
Is you fussing at them?
They blocked me.
Oh, look, they ain't got hey, I'm
All right. So they blocked her. I want y'all to understand it. So all the rest of the thugs were smart and blocked her. All right. All right. She was nothing but a pump and dump. She reminds me of this woman. I've never had a man ask me what I bring to the table because they weren't interested in you. See, and the BW don't understand that when a man is interested in you for something other than I'ma just wax it, rub it down, no, right? When a man is really interested in you, what he does, understand this now. What he does is he talks and try to see what you're about. All right, period. What he does is try to see what you are about. And these women don't realize that. They don't want that kind of man that's looking deep to see what they're about, because in most cases they really aren't about anything. So now we get back to Aisha Curry. When you look at this, you look at Megan Good, you look at Aisha Curry. If you want really, really deeply melanated, you can go down to Mexico to get it. You can go down to Colombia to get it. But here's the other thing though. Now some of the world is starting to open up because they're finding out ways to get around this BS. Like this is Thailand. All right, and what's going on in Thailand is if you can prove that you recovered from the C word within a year, you have the same privilege as the vax. Okay, the vaxxed and you have the same privilege because they know that your immunity rate is, for right now, is 13 times to 23 times better than the people that got all the jabs. We know this pretty much for sure now because of all the universities that's being shut down and all the cruise ships that is 98% jabbed, and the cruise ship were 100% jabbed. Think about that. So now countries like Thailand is opening up. Brazil has decided not to shut down all the way. You'll just quarantine for 5 days and get tested. And there's a little lady, I'm gonna have to ask the front desk, but she'll come by, I know at least here, she'll come by the hotel and do the test for you. Because I know there's a couple of pilots that came in. All right. And so basically, we have options. Now, I'm going to say this. Our options are so good because you may think that, okay, you go to Thailand and all of that stuff. They got melanated people there too. It's just that their training and mentality is different. All right. These melanated women are in Mexico. These are Mexican women because the diaspora is everywhere in South America and Middle America. South of the United States. All right. Now, with all these melanated women here, we got some serious options, and we got people just opening up to us. And this is the problem. No one could really physically F with us as men. They couldn't do that. So they had to take the other route and brainwash us. Oh, you don't need to leave. You need to stay with your own. You mean the very ones that's destroying us and destroying our children? You know, all those abortions and stuff. That's the one that's keeping us hemmed up in the laws. The ones that's falsely accusing more Afro men than even the Caucasian women. That one. All right. So as we start to deal with our options, these women don't know what to do. And I'm going to tell you why they don't know what to do. Because, all right, so basically in the lab, I was kind of partially in on one autopsy. And your tissue is pretty much amazing. All right. In your lungs, we all know that cigarette smoke ruins your lungs. All right. But if you were able to stop before you got past that point of no return where your lungs would heal itself. But a lot of people just don't stop in enough time, and they cross that threshold to where the lungs can heal themselves, and then, you know, they succumb to whatever disease come as a result of messing up their lung. Well, this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what has happened with the relationship between the BAW and the Afro man. They've been past this point of no return, right? Why? Because they never repented, right? Our problem, the reason why things kept going so wrong for us is if you read through those chapters that I gave you in Deuteronomy and Leviticus and Genesis, we're supposed to leave these women alone. The dudes that ask these, and here's the thing, here's the problem with these questions. What do you bring to the table? When we started first asking what do the women bring to the table, all right, that got shortened from the original question. And this was the original question. I think I may have been one of the first ones that start asking this or put that out, that they bring nothing to the table. I think somebody helped me with this, because I remember a while back, maybe a year or two ago, before this got this big, but there was some caveats to the table. All right. And when I first said that, like years ago, I said, take your degree, sex, and money off of the table. That's how it came about. That's how it came about, right? In my videos, I said, take your degree, sex, and money off of the table. What do you bring? Now, the purpose for the question and asking it like that was this. It was twofold, right? Your degree and money is nothing but mental competition for you, right? And it's not something that you're supposed to bring as a woman. Oh, let me remind you, this is my email. All right. My Cash App and my PayPal me also will be in the description box. So if you'd like to help this channel and what we do in the communities, and what we do for children and stuff, and other communities in the diaspora, this is that information. But this is how this came about. So I was like, take your degree and sex off the table. Degree, money, and sex off the table. Why did I say take those off the table? Right? Because from my point of view, already have that taken care of, because I'm the man. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Thanks. All right, because I'm the man. So that's something that, and so now this is the other part of it. And the reason why they didn't need it, because I was the man that have that taken care of. All right. And so the premise of the question was, all right, with me having done what I'm supposed to do as a man, as a husband, what do you bring that I would need? All right. I don't need your degree. And it was in the video about the degrees. And the one I did on the old, that got taken down on the old channel, and then I put back up. But that one was about the degrees, right? When I went through how many men had the degree versus the ones in actually in all jails, and you had twice as many with a bachelor's degree graduating. So anyway, so when we talk about this table thing, right? So that was the premise. All right, that I don't need that from you. Don't, and that's where it came up. Oh, and remember, because that's when I said sex is the easiest thing for a man to get. That a relationship is a difficult thing. So we eliminated sex, money, and your degree, because none of that was relevant. All right. And so then here's the next question then. So we eliminated all of that. What do you bring to the table? And the thing was, what do you bring that what are you supposed to come to me with that you're supposed to bring as a woman that wants to be a wife? And it was crickets. Crickets. It's always been cricket. Well, I got my degree, and I don't need no man that can't elevate me above God because I got a degree from a white man. I was like, we all get those in some form or another. eventually, or at least most of us. So that ain't helping nothing. All right, that ain't helping nothing. And not only do they feel like competitors, but these women are very violent towards us. Like the dude, that guy, that the woman just smacked him in the head. I would play that again, but that kind of hurt me. The smack didn't hurt me, but you could see the pain in his face to know he lived with that woman and can't swing back. So basically, we have a situation where everybody is trying to work out to be what pleases the Afro man. All right, so again, this is Thailand. And the reason being is our taste in women is different. We like them thick. We like them thin. But we have always been one to appreciate the woman that is with us. And the only woman that don't realize that or didn't realize that is the BW. And I kept saying that she is going to be replaced. I kept saying that she is going to be replaced. All right, let me put this sister up. I said the BW is going to be replaced. 2156. All right, and the reason why she's going to be replaced hold on.
Reason so many black feminazi women are angry at the black man is because the other races of women are not corroborating their narrative about you black men. These other races of women are able to say, no, black ladies, we don't agree with you. How are they saying this? By quietly marrying more black men with every generation that passes. Meanwhile, angry feminazi black women are being chosen by black men less and less and less with each generation. How dare you get with a woman who don't consider herself a queen? How dare you have a family with a woman who respects you as the head of household? How dare you build with her to get to where y'all at today? How dare you accept what she's bringing to the table other than her cleavage and her booty? That's why angry feminazi black girls are really pissed at you black men.
And can I get a whoop? There it is. And that is where we're at. All right. That is where we are at. We are at a place where the men are waking up and realizing that the BW is nothing more to us than competition. And it's not competition we wanted to have. It's who she made herself to be. She, on behalf of The government, who she really loved, that's who she loves for real. The government. So on behalf of the government, she decided that, you know what? I am going to shut the Afro man down for you. I am going to make sure that not only will he not have anything, but I'm going to make sure that he won't be able to leave anything for his progeny. You don't ever have to worry about that. All the money that we have that come into the house, it'll come right back out into your system through the hair, nails, fake eyelashes, oh, and the BBLs, because we're going to say nobody looks as good as us, as Afro-American women. But because we so out of shape and we've gotten so lazy with taking care of ourselves, now we need surgery to be what we used to be in the past. See, brothers are tired. Brothers are tired. Everybody's just tired. And people are finding out that they've created a Frankenstein. Although that wasn't the monster's name, that was the doctor's name. All right. And so when you look at things, and get back down to the brass tacks of it, women forgot to ask themselves this question. It should have been the primary question. It is in dating, right? It is in dating, but they never ask themselves, is sex and procreation the primary purposes of a man's relationship with a woman? Yes. That is the primary purpose. Everything else is secondary to this purpose. If a woman is not going to have your child, then that woman, for any reason, like she's aborting them, or she just decide, I'm gonna do birth control and we ain't gonna have children till I say I'm ready, because that's what the people of eugenics wanted. All right, then whoop, there it is. She's not really worth it. She is not worth being with, because this is the only reason to get with women in the first place. This is the only reason to get with women in the first place. If you don't want to engage in procreation, then you don't really need to deal with a woman. If you could just forego sex, you could just play video games and football and do man stuff, climb mountains, and their purpose is gone. They have one of the most significant and important jobs for women, and that is to bear children. The one thing that they were specifically created for, and that is the very thing that they say that they don't need to do. All right, be fruitful and multiply, yes. That is the very thing they were created to do, and it's the very thing that they said, I'm not going to do it. And not only did they do that, but they committed genocide against us by murdering all these babies through abortion. Okay, I'm going back through. All right. And so basically that's what's going on. Now, let me go through this real quick and point something out to you. When we're looking at these women in Thailand, in the Philippines, in Colombia, who else? In the Southeast Asian, in all the other Southeast Asian places, and in all of South America, these women were raised by elder women to be wives. Period. To be feminine and be wives. Not to be competition for the husband. Embarrassing that dude because you want to compete with him. All right. And so that's the problem. The Afro male in the United States have the only group of women that look at them as a direct competitor without having something to compete for. You be like, yeah, the black woman is our main competition. What are you competing for? We still, as men, don't know. These women here are from Mexico. Okay? So we still don't know what they're competing for. All we know is they kick good men to the curb. And even while not being in any relationship whatsoever with the men, they say to themselves that they are still owed protection from the protection that they rejected. All right. And so that's where we are. Oh, okay. Hey, Zimalu, what part of Texas are you in? You in San Antonio? I'm gonna have to get with you, and I could drive what I got for you there. All right. Oh, hey, they got it going on in Thailand, and they like us Afro men. Now, you can't go there like a Pookie. You know, go there, have fun, but don't be a Pookie. All right. I mean, basically, it is what it is. All right. If we go places, we're representatives to ourselves. Oh, and let me break this down. And this was a thought I had too. Following the commandments is an individual thing. It's an individual thing, and all right, it's an individual thing. The commandments are for individuals, and there are some that apply to each individual, and then there are those that apply to the group. Now, let me explain something. So this is why in the commandments, at some times, that while the rest of the group was being cursed, individuals within the group were being blessed at the same time. All right, and that's how we have to be, is because the thug thizzles, for shizzle my nizzles, who surround the BW and act as their henchmen, they're going to pay like they do. Period. They're going to pay the same, and they're supposed to. Because, brothers, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, we have to look out for ourselves. See something real quick. We have to look out for ourselves. Period. Because what they created in the United States see us as direct competition, violent. They're violent. They expect to be able to put their hands on a man and the man do nothing. When the man does something, no one can see why he reacted the way he did, except other men. All right. It is just that kind of thing. Period. It is just that kind of thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. And anytime that we as a society have to watch our back from people that look like us, all right, that's a sad state of affairs for us to be in as a community, especially if we're decent men. All right, so with that said, all right, brothers, my donation links will be in the description box. All right, so my stuff will be in the description. My donation links will be in the description box. Not in Thailand, not in the Philippines, in Brazil and Colombia. Um, all you gotta do is show up though. Pattaya, Pattaya, Bangkok. All you gotta do is show up. If I would learn Thai before I went though. Learn the polite stuff first, like good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, right? Hello, goodbye, thank you, please, I'm sorry, pardon me, that stuff. Get that stuff straight, that just straight down. All right, and then get down direction, and names of vehicles like car, whatever they're using for transportation. So get down transportation. That's the order in which I think you should learn the language to start. And then fill in with everything else. Transportation and boarding would be things, the conversation you would need to have in a hotel. All right. So this is why we say we have to save ourselves. Because we literally have to save ourselves. All right. So I am about to head to bed. Brazil is kind of you come down here, get a girlfriend, and chill, but unless you get one that's going to travel with you, dude, I'll be staying in San Antonio, Zimalu, so we could definitely meet up. All right. What I was getting ready to say is, just have your stuff in order, right? Brazil is a place you can go, have fun, get your girlfriend, but build a relationship is going to be more difficult in Brazil than any of the other places that I've been. Now, to get a girlfriend, a bit more, well, I don't know. I don't know. Brazil is easier than Colombia. I know that Thailand is easier than the Philippines. But it don't matter anyway, because the Philippines is kind of shut down for right now. And they ain't been open for a while. But they're about to have some elections, so we'll see what's up. All right, man. All right, y'all. We're going to do that. We're going to meet up in SA. All right. So, with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul. And I will holla at y'all at the next one. All right. Thank you all for stopping by. And peace.